Before we start the video, hit the like button so that more people can receive this message. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to receive more videos like this. On a certain day, the king asked a question to the Buddha: what can't fire burn, rust can't corrode, the wind can't blow down, and is capable of rebuilding the entire world? The Buddha replied, the benefits of good deeds. If this is indeed true, if good deeds bring so many benefits, then why do we often see bad things happening to good people? Have you ever had this impression? Leave your comment if you'd like and see if this sounds familiar in any way. Some people try to do things right, not harm anyone, but end up facing hardships. It seems unfair, I know, but it's worth reflecting on. First and foremost, it's important to understand that we shouldn't do good expecting some reward, and bad things can happen to anyone, even if they are good. The best person in the world can still be robbed, lose their job, lose a loved one. In fact, a good person usually remains good even in these situations. However, there is a deeper question here. What does it really mean to be a good person? Hello, this is the Path of the Wise channel. In today's video, I will share a Buddhist tale that addresses this very question. It's a story called The Monk and the Snake. But before we begin, I'd like to ask you to consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the bell if you're already following our work. If this is your first time here, welcome. Now let's get to the story that explores why bad things happen to good people and, of course, how we can deal with it. One day, Gautama Buddha was sitting with his disciples when the king of a nearby village approached him. The king said, "Master, ever since I became your follower, everyone has been taking advantage of me, exploiting my kindness. Before I followed your teachings, people were afraid of me because I was extremely cruel and didn't hesitate to condemn someone to death. But since becoming your follower, I no longer feel like punishing anyone or getting angry. I've become peaceful and look at everyone with compassion. But some people are taking advantage of my kindness, and it's putting my people in danger. Now I'm facing many problems ruling my kingdom. Please tell me what to do." Upon hearing this, the Buddha told a story that began like this. There was a venomous snake that lived in a hole in a large tree by the roadside in a field near a village. The snake would attack anyone who came near, and many people died from its fatal bite. People were afraid to approach the tree because they feared the snake. One day, a monk passed through the village and saw the beautiful tree. He decided to meditate under its shade before continuing his journey. Some villagers who were herding their cows back home saw the monk and warned him about the snake. They told him that the snake was so dangerous that it bit anyone who came close. The monk smiled and continued walking toward the tree as the villagers went on their way. When he reached the tree, the monk sat down and began meditating. The snake, simulating anger, emerged from its hole, ready to attack, and hissed at the monk. While chanting his mantra, the monk looked deep into the snake's eyes, and miraculously, the snake began to talk. It said, "How dare you sit here in my domain? Aren't you afraid of me? Don't you know that no one comes near me?" The monk responded with compassion, "Why should I be afraid of death? I don't fear it, nor do I desire to live longer than necessary. When my time comes, I will depart in peace. Why should I be afraid of you? In reality, you are the one who risks losing your life by biting everyone." The snake was taken aback. Until then, it had only known people who wanted to kill it or ran away in fear. It had never encountered someone who wasn't afraid and was willing to engage in conversation. So, the snake coiled itself, placing its head at the monk's feet, and said, "Oh, wise one, you are right. Everything I've done until now has been to protect my own life. But if I continue like this, people will kill me." The monk replied, "You are correct, my dear friend. But remember one thing, life will come to an end one day. When your time comes, it's not appropriate to go around killing everyone out of fear. Have more love in your heart." After that, the monk got up and left, reflecting on the snake's words. The snake decided to abandon its aggressive nature and stopped biting people. However, things did not go as expected. As soon as people realized the snake was no longer biting, they stopped fearing it. Those who used to run away in terror now chased the snake, stoned it, beat it, and subjected it to cruelty of all kinds. The snake felt sad and lonely. Some time later, the monk returned and was surprised to see the mistreated and sad snake. He asked, "My friend, what happened? Who did this to you?" The snake sighed and replied, Since I followed your teachings to abandon violence and stop biting people, everyone has been hurting me. Since I adopted a good and peaceful life without wanting to harm anyone, people no longer fear me. No one respects me, everyone hurts me all the time, and my life has become very difficult." The monk said, "My dear friend, you have misunderstood my words. My advice was for you to stop biting everyone, not to give up your responsibilities. As a king, you must fulfill your duty as a ruler, being firm in disciplining everyone in your kingdom so that people can live peacefully without insecurity. You need to fulfill your responsibilities by being firm in your actions and loving in your heart. So, you must become like a monk on the inside and a king on the outside." After sharing this story with the king, Buddha asked, "What do you understand from this story? Are you interpreting my advice in the same way as the snake? I told you to abandon your cruel nature, but not to give up your responsibilities. As a king, you must fulfill your duty firmly and lovingly." After this story, I ask you, the traveler, what did you get from this story? Do you realize that being good and deciding not to harm anyone inevitably involves being good to yourself and not hurting yourself? Love and respect start with self-love and self-respect. Being good doesn't mean passively accepting everything. Virtue is an active choice. Choosing nonviolence takes effort, just like enforcing respect. The very act of being good teaches about goodness and inspires others to lead a virtuous life. Both Eastern and Western traditions have a lot to teach us about this. Here on the Path of the Wise channel, when we talk about adopting wisdom as a lifestyle, we mean living a virtuous life that brings out the best in each of us in all areas. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful tale as much as I did and that it touches your heart and is useful to you. Thank you for watching.